Today we're welcoming Jacopo Iaseillo to the show. I'm very excited about this. He has amazing information. He wrote an excellent book called How to Be Healthy, Rich, and Happy. And as we were talking about, on the show we talk about becoming the greatest versions of us, right? And that involves every aspect of our lives. Nothing can be neglected. And this book very well portrays that. And I'm very honored to have him on the show today. How you doing, man?
Super good, Anthony. Thank you to invite me. Happy to share with your audience my knowledge, my energy, and my message through this book and through your podcast.
Awesome. I'm very curious. What's the story that kind of got you into a place of helping people the way that you are and being of service and all that? Like, how did you start your journey?
The journey is like a similar journey from a lot of human being, with only some different. I am really from young age. I'm really creative, and I born with a lot of love for my family, my mother, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother. Really nice, really Italian family, where they support me in the message where. Love will surpass every kind of problem, and my life is no easy journey. It's like starting in Napoli, where I coming from, with love of my family, but with a place where I grow up really competitive and really difficult, where other people they try to reach their goal. My life starting through soccer, where I want to becoming professional soccer, leave my house around 15 years old, no, 14 years old until 17 years and a half, and I have the first block in my life where I have an injury, where I don't possible anymore play professional, and I need to reinvent myself. From over there, I reinvent myself to a businessman at 18 years old, where I don't know how starting, where I going, and from zero, take money from government, close one shop where I put all my energy, reopen another one, and with the help of my father, every day, every moment in my back and near me. I opened this 20 shop in jewelry space, make this company multimillionaire, open another company in the space with a really multimillionaire number, and started to invest in real estate in Italy. At 28, moving in United States around 2011, and started to invest over there. Really sadness, a lot of sadness, difficulty, difficult to communicate, difficulty to open something so small like light in my house when I arrive in Miami, because they don't understand because I don't speak English, they don't understand me, and I try to communicate. And all these aspects bring me to one unique solution. I go through a lot of emotional pain. I go through a lot of difficulty in my life, and I arrive at one conclusion: if I have something in the bad moment where I possible put my hand on top, try to have the good routine, I will go through this emotion, but with different attention and intention. Means I will surpass this different moment with more energy and with more velocity. For this reason, I come out with this method, and I come out with this book where I believe is so important now to create external abundance starting from internal, and external will coming more easy in your life, because it will be part of you, because you starting from inside, but you need to have something, one routine I call good routine, respected bad routine, bring you this energy.
That's an awesome story, man. Just like so many people, we have kind of a wake up call in a sense, or some traumatic event or happen in our lives, and we have two choices ultimately. We can either be a victim or we can be a victor. And you definitely chose to be a victor, right? In overcoming our story, and within that, you become someone new, right? And within that, you have the capabilities to help other people, which is definitely what you've done. And I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Another awesome thing you mentioned there is you kind of develop new energy to deal with new problems, right? Because a lot of us, we have these problems in our life, but we try to solve it with the same energy that kind of created it in a sense, you know. And you talk about like kind of like up leveling in your life to solve that problem. Do I have that right?
Yeah, completely. And I believe to utilize something in your life where, you know, every day you will apply to this strategy, to this method to have more energy. Without energy, Anthony, we don't possible technically create nothing. Energy is everything, and sometimes life bring to us some kind of different emotion, some kind the problem. Now, really, in reality, we have really two decisions. One is to becoming, like how you explain correctly, a victim, where everybody think about, you will cry, you will be in this position of forever, or you will moving forward. But what I understand really something so important. Nothing, Anthony, makes sense. Nothing bring you new life if you don't have the good routine. When you create in your life good routine, you will have good energy. If you create bad routine in your life, you will have bad energy, and this bad energy bring you down. And based on this, Anthony, I want to share with you some story. Where I grew up in Napoli, and in Napoli, unfortunately, I see different my friend use drug, addictive to something. And I remember like yesterday, these eyes of one of my friend is not anymore in this life, when I see after many years he utilized drug and addictive to drug, and he told me something specific where he told me when he wake up what he do, where he's going, which kind of the food he eat, and all this kind of thing. At that time I talk about many years ago, I have some light bulb in my mind where I understand, wow, this guy arrived at that situation because he utilized every day something bad. He utilized not the good food, not the correct thought, he utilized the drug, he utilized alcohol, and this kind of thing bring him, unfortunately, to don't stay anymore in this world. And for this reason, I believe with all my heart, good routine possible save the world. And this method I call MPBE with the book, is really something important to bring energy to the world.
Absolutely, man. I love that. I mean, you mentioned living life from the inside out rather from the outside in. I talk about that a lot as well because we can't let our circumstances dictate our reality at the end of the day. Like, the power is within us. And you talked about so eloquently the power of routine. And, first we make our habits and our habits make us. You want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, like, the habit is so important. And habit, how we have different version where habit becoming something yours when you utilize for more than 21 day. In reality, this with this, I for myself I understand when I utilize it, do something for more than 26 28 day repeatedly, this kind of the activity becoming something part of me, like exercise now, meditation, pray, and other kind of thing, biohacking. Now, why is so important utilize every day and constantly? Because what's happening, if you believe in something, when we go to sleep, we recharge our battery. But what's happening, our subconscious working every night, with some kind of thought if we don't clear correctly our mind. Now, why I tell you this? Because if you have, for example, one goal to achieve becoming multimillionaire, becoming the best version of yourself in 12 aspects of our life, what I believe not only to make money becoming a multimillionaire, but I believe in becoming successful in family, love, friendship, career, and the other part of our life so important. I believe be completely in this. Now you have two moments really important. Before before you go to bed, to clarify, polish everything you do during your day, and be really like a white paper in your mind. And I do this kind of visualization. And in the morning when you wake up, you need have something bring you energy, because if you rush in the day, in the way how people they rush, they're moving fast, they go fast, they want to take the coffee, and they need to go and bring the daughter or the son at the school. All this kind of thing immediately bring you in the situation where you are knowing the best version of yourself. Means so important every day wake up. For example, for me, I realize how it's important wake up really early in the morning. I wake up 4:35 a.m. But this is not working for everybody. Everybody they need to try. I do my meditation. I do a pray. I connect with the divine with clear intention and visualization. I utilize sun device, the biohacking, and I do exercise every day, because every day will bring you the energy you need to moving one step of the time in the direction where you want to go.
100%, man. It sounds like you're very intentional about your life. Like success is not an accident at the end of the day.
Success is a process where you build in the good moment, but in particular in the different moment, in the moment where you don't have energy, where something happening in your life, where life bring you on your table something you don't want, but you need to accept, because the accept whatever is happening in your life is a process to growing and to have the masterpiece of the divine in place for you to achieve what you want. But if you believe and you have a clarity in your message, in your goal, in what you want to create in this world, never will stop you, not because you are unstoppable, but because you're becoming unstoppable.
Definitely. I mean, something you mentioned briefly is like the 21-day thing to make a habit. I mean, that's kind of like so arbitrary, right? It's like it really depends on the habit, it depends how you do it. And like, I mean, you hear so many different things on that. So ultimately, just practice every single day. It's not about perfection, but progress. And like all these excellent things that you're talking about, man, it's like you just got to be intentional and deliberate. And, you know, your goals will happen at some point.
I'm 100%. You need to have like the faith and believe every day, and be active. What's happening is this one. I realized something important in my career, like a businessman. What's happening in general in people, we have four pillar to realize something. And this four pillar is so important, but people they don't realize. And the four pillar is really clear now in my mind. You have when you want to start in something, whatever is related, if it's related to business, if it's related to have better quality with your family, if it's related to career, if it's related to friendship, whatever is the case, you have the first part is research. The second part is grow. It means researching something you wanna more research, grow. The third pillar is action, and people they forgot to do action because they are too much in the mind and they think research but never do action. And the fourth is more important, is contribution. When you achieve result, you become a light for other people. And what's happening, and this is happening in my life, you becoming a light not only for your family but for other people they request a favor, they ask you for advice, and you becoming a light. Now when you utilize this four pillar correct, you possible achieve whatever you want. But don't forget, never forget, I have the fortune to interview through Forbes, because I have an editorial in Forbes Italy, over here, where every month I interview and billionaire and multimillionaire, and I realize something important. These people, sometimes they are conscious, sometimes they are unconscious. They have some good routine in their life, and the most important part I realize with this kind of people is they do action. The most important part is do action. When you do action, and two, if you do small one, every day you will achieve whatever you want, whatever you have in your mind, because mind is like a radar. And I love to share this important part. You have two kind of people. The people, they go through rumors, and the people, they love signal. Okay, now the people go through the rumors is they are people, they listening, they are distract, they go jump from one thing to another one, they are multitasking. Better to be one tasking at the time, but do better, do correctly if you don't have the capacity to do more thing on one. And what's happening, you have the people, they have the correct signal, they are focalized, they don't see the rumors around them. They, when they go in the social, they utilize the social to learn. When they go in YouTube to learn, and they are don't distract to the rumors around. And this is the difference from people that obtain this three world of my book, Healthy, Rich and Happy, to other people. They are miserable, or they don't obtain success, because success, I believe, is not only money wise now, but is to have the 12 area of our life completely satisfied, and it's something you need to work every day.
I love that so much, man. I mean, you talked a lot about like the routine kind of energizes you, right? And I feel like we have these big dreams, these big goals, but we're not really working on ourselves. So like you have all these intentional practices, and I find in my own life when you focus on the energy, like everything else kind of falls into place. Like it's kind of becomes effortless. And it's not such a drag, and you're able to work on all areas of life instead of opposed to one.
Yes, like the thing is so important to focalize for the internal part, because when you clarify your internal part, when you have peace inside your heart, everything becoming easily. When you are frustrated, when you are no with really clear intention, will be more complicated, and the journey don't will be excited how you will do if you have peace in your heart. And the peace in your heart is not something coming directly, but coming when you have attention plus intention in what you do.
Definitely. I mean, definitely operating without clarity and intention is key. Like having a mission and a purpose, like kind of drives your actions. Like because if we are not clear on what we want, it's very hard to actually reach life that we're going for. It doesn't even make any sense. So it's very important as well. Um, and something that you talk about, like within your pillars, is health, right? And health is, for me, it's the foundation because it's so difficult to live your life if you don't feel well. If you actually focus in on your health and your vitality, just everything just becomes so much more joyful. You want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, like Anthony, this is I learned in the last 3 4 years, and I never try. I never share with a lot of people because I don't like complain. But when unfortunately my mother is really a good rock in my life, she have some difficulty now in her life to breathing and breathe, and is not in really optimal position. Something happening in my mind. And for this reason, this book is come out too, because we sometimes focalize in all the other aspect, but never think about how you really explain, how you really share. And the healthy part is the most important, valuable thing we have in our life. Now, something I really learn from near people around me is this one. When you have somebody do something not correct repeatedly for year, finally you will arrive at one point where this kind of bad routine will bring you in the way where is not really good light from the healthy part. And what we possible do, normally we don't have, we are not God, we are not the divine, we are not Buddha, whatever is the case, people believe or you believe. But we have the possibility to try to work every day to respect our temple, his mind and body, with good food, with good exercise, with the good thought, and working every day in this is the most important part to bring your life at the next level. Because when you are sad, for example, or you are frustrated, or you have no energy, the only thing to moving your energy, your body, is to do something. You are come out from this state and you do like some exercise or something where bring you another time, or you do some breathing exercise. This is so important because health is the more valuable thing. For this reason, I call the book Healthy, Rich, and Happy, because health, how you share, is the foundation. The richness and the happiness is the consequence of your healthy part.
Definitely. I mean, I talk about health a lot, obviously, on the show, and all the practices and the routines. But ultimately, like, there's philosophies that go into it as well. Like, your reasons reap results at the end of the day. Like, understanding your why and, you know, how you feel can be how you interact with everyone else as well. So just focusing on the practices and the routines is so important.
Yes, so it's so important, and something happening to me too. I utilize every day this pillar, but for example, I sometimes I struggling. I utilize the journal, every day where I wrote four important part of my life. Be grateful for what I'm grateful for, what give me serenity, what give me passion, what give me joy. And every day I ask to myself this question. Now, something happening in the last my 7 8 day where something really heavy coming in my life, and I struggling to utilize the journey, the journal. And what's happening when in the last couple of days I reutilize the journal, I re-ask the same question, my quality of life respect at the last 7 days becoming better. Now I am really important. I am really convinced to the only part really important in our life is to be consistently in what give us joy, because what is the big problem of our mind and body? When we receive some benefit from something, we feel good, and sometimes we want to leave the good routine. Or if something bad happening in our life, we live for the good routine. Now when something becoming part of you, for example, the four pillar: meditation, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise, they are part of my life more deeply, where is no anymore some external pillar, but is some Jacopo inside pillar. I never will lose this kind of track. For this reason, consistently in everything, and I tell to myself too, is the most important part.
Yeah, consistency, like having that thing that we can rely on, like during hard times as well, because when hard times happen, we want to be ready, like stay ready so you don't have to get ready in a sense. And that's how these routines come into play, like staying focused on that. And it's kind of like you can deal with the same problem but be in a completely different state and get a different outcome. So that's why it's so important to focus on your state, which is everything you talk about. Are there certain key practices when it comes to health that you kind of recommend for people?
Yeah, I related. First of all, I am a doctor by in economy, no doctor in medicine, and is something I share. But everybody they need speak with their doctor, whatever. I utilize, for example, part really important of integration. When before I integrate my body with different kind the external vitamin, external product, but Now it's couple of years. I find one company. The owner is one a billionaire, my friend called Naveen Jain. He created this company called Biomeo, where what's happening and what I feel really better is this one. They analyze, your saliva and your blood, and they tell you specifically for your phototype of human being. First of all, which kind of food give you more energy? Which kind of food give you more possibility to bring, create more energy? Because remember, body like the mind change every 6 months, means like your body you possible now eat something where you like and don't create any kind of inflammation, and after 6 months you eat something the same thing but bring you inflammation and everything. And when I started to utilize this product of this company, I feel better, I feel more energized, I feel more stabilized, because what's happening and what they do, they utilize, they told you the product for food you need to eat, plus they integrate with some integrator capsule, where you have the perfect measurement for your body, your age, your phototype of human being, to bring you the correct integration. This one is be specific, not be generic, because people they obtain the most successful in life, in business like in other part of life, is because no are not generic but they are specific. And for this reason, this one something I want to share with your audience. Plus, I utilize different kind the device, and the one most important I think so something for the health is meditation transcendental. Meditation transcendental change completely the prospect of my life, change completely the idea, change completely the path. Is something I will suggest not only to my friend but to people. If I have enemy in the world, I don't think so, but if I have some enemy, I will suggest to them, because they will becoming better human being.
Yeah, I mean, I know Nigene, not personally, but I've utilized Biome, and yeah, definitely a great company. Talks about the microbiome a lot and how that influences our health. It's a no, it's a lot of things that people don't think about. I mean, testing can be like very important for like pinpointing an issue. So definitely recommend things like that as well. So you talked about meditation, and like this kind of like helps us kind of build that internal power. Like it kind of gives us internal fortitude and acts like as a buffer to stress, so we can actually be more resilient and overcome the challenges in our lives.
Yeah, meditation is a, I call the base. In the book, in the book Healthy, Rich and Happy, I create. I have one design of one person where he have under his feet a table with four leg. These four legs represent the four pillar: meditation, pray, biohacking, and exercise. But the first one is meditation. Why? Because meditation is a process where bring your mind and in the action place where creativity is. Means if you wanna becoming more creative in your life, you need to meditate. If you wanna becoming more calm in your life, you need to meditate. If you wanna resolve a problem, you need to meditate. And why? Because meditation is you arrive in the place where your mind is not anymore connect with the external part, but in the place where your mind have like the more power place a idea. And for me, for example, what I do to bring me idea, I do some kind of the intention before the meditation. What's happening is this one. I realize something. If you want to have a better result in life, you need to be more specific as possible. And what I do now, before I meditate, first of all, I do brief working, like breathing, exercise for 10 minutes. And before the breathing exercise, what I do, I starting to think about something I wanna create or something I wanna do in my life. For example, now I have a project to raise capital, raise money to big project in real estate. I have another project in Forbes with my partner is a billionaire, Danilo Iervolino, where we will bring a community for entrepreneurs, something like this. And I think about this. And after I go to the briefing part and after I meditate, this for, everything compressed for 30 minutes. And what's happening during the meditation, because I create before the intention to think about something, too, if in the meditation I repeat a mantra, something come out, a some idea bring me the possibility to develop the idea I have in mind.
Definitely. Uh, Another pillar that you talk about within this is wealth. And I understand you've done a lot of networking with millionaires and billionaires. Out of curiosity, do you notice a difference between the two of the mindsets? I mean, they obviously have great mindsets between the both of them, and it depends on the area of life as well. But do you notice like a specific difference?
Yeah, like, what is this one? What I realize with the majority of billionaire I connect is this one. They really don't think about, something schematic in the box, but they think about outside the box. Some of them, they are creative. Some of them looks like a little bit crazy for the normality, but the craziness in business in particular bring you opportunity. Why? Because some of them they have I see some characteristic of them where they are no connect no related to the judgment of other people. And what stop us in reality, like human beings, stop us the judgment from other people. For example, people that be attached to some kind the idea to what they are for many years, and they don't moving forward to if the business or whatever is the case don't working because they have this the suit where they feel comfortable. The billionaire, they are the opposite. They moving around, they find opportunity everywhere, and they are people, they are not scary to try and do constantly action to improve the situation. And plus, what I really learned from the people, they really don't care about my idea, the what they think or your idea. They go for their path and they realize because they have something clear in their mind. Sometimes really you don't see because they are so extravagant, but in reality after they achieve what they want because they have clarity in their mind and they create the external part with real intention.
Definitely. So it sounds like they had like this absolute clarity and relentless massive action. I mean, that's kind of like the differentiator, it seems. And of course, like developing these traits in our own lives, how do we start to develop this like bias toward action in a sense, like become more actionable in our lives? Because fear can hold us back, obviously, but how do we kind of break these barriers and just move forward?
Yeah, like I think so. It's really related to an exercise. You have a people, they have a lot of fear. For example, I have one my friend, he grew up in a family where the father he have really he's scary about everything, and from really young age this man he grew up with this father told him every time, hey, don't do this because if you do this it's possible happening something. Don't do that because if you do, and this guy arrive and have like a arrive at one point of his life where he grew up, he's starting his own path, but inside his heart have every time the word of the father there where the father told don't do this because you will scary, don't do that because you will have this kind of problem. Now how becoming more actionable is to a completely practice if you don't know, if you don't have if you don't know how go through fear and how you go through this. For example, supposedly you wanna starting to build I don't know, a house, okay? And you want to start to build this house, and you starting to think about, you started to understand, okay, to build the house, I need the money. Where I find the money, which company I need to find to build the house, which kind of problem I need to understand if something happening during the process of the house. But the most important part to be actionable is understand, okay, supposedly everything we will go wrong to build this house. What's happening? Okay, you started to realize, okay, will maybe I will lose my credit. Maybe I will have 2 year because people they don't build the house and they live with don't finish the work. Okay, and you write everything. Now, what's happening is this one. When you have a clarity for the bad situations possible happening through the action you will do, you know already if something happening completely bad where your life is going. Now, if you have a clarity, you understand which is the low point of your decision. Now you have clarity to understand and tell, okay, I understand what's happening in my life if I make this mistake. Now I possible decide with the clarity if do this action or don't do it. The majority of people they obtain immensible success. They are people they don't care about we will what's happening because they are sure for their idea their message will come out and they calculate this with really clear intention to reduce the uncertainty of whatever you want to do.
Absolutely, man. Something I like to talk about is having no fear, but KNOW. Like understanding it, understanding your tendencies and your proclivities toward it so you can actually maneuver in a healthy and intelligent way. Because as the saying goes, it's not that you're not going to have fear, but courage is actually having it and moving forward anyways. Is that right?
Right, completely. It means like the process to go to the fear is do action, but the action need to be um, you need to understand your action if you have more reward or less reward. If you understand you have more reward through your action, you will have more easily path to grow through the fear. If you understand you will have less reward when you achieve this result over here, you means you are knowing the correct path to do whatever you need to do.
So it sounds like this thing that we come back to is clarity, like actually knowing the outcome and taking the necessary steps toward it. Because we can just be taking a bunch of action, but it's not actually on target, which is kind of a waste of time. So having that clarity and just being persistent is key as well.
Yeah, because the reality, us like human being, what do? We wanna fulfill a lot of time our day with something to do because we feel annoying, we feel frustrated, we feel we don't moving forward. In reality, the people that are more success in business like in life like in other aspect of their life is they are people they know where they're going and they really create a process step by step where they have a clarity to understand their final goal and the step at the journey where they go. Meaning, like I think so the most important part for everybody really is create a moment, a process where you clarify what you want in all the 12 aspects in your life. For example, I have every day I repeat in the 12 aspect of my life what I want because sometimes I forgot like everybody and every day I'm moving in a small direction of my goal and the goal change with the age with the time with everything but if you clarify every year something for your year with the intention and you planify like from now to 5 years where you want to be everything will come in your life. You need to only believe.
100%. Just having that purpose and this growth oriented mindset because as you said, like we're gonna have different goals, but as long as we have like the right aim of growth and service, everything's gonna become fruitful out of that. Uh, Something you mentioned within wealth is real estate. You want to mention that a little bit?
Yeah, real estate, I think so, is my vehicle. Is the vehicle where I find wealth. What this means, now, I have the possibility to travel the world, enjoy my family, spend time with my family, but no, every time of my life is like this. And I need to be honest, when I come back to my city, Napoli, sometimes something trigger me, my old past, because I starting from loving family, a lot of support, but with no so much money. What it means, I need starting my business, I need to create more. And reality, real estate is the most powerful vehicle to create abundance, in particular in United States. Why? United States, I'm so proud to live over there, to do business over there, because now I have, completely 360 degree of how it's working in different countries. In Italy, where I create my first business, in United States, in Dubai, and everything. And I realized something. In United States, you really in real estate have the possibility to start with your bank account with less of 2 million or 5 million or 10 million, whatever is the case, and make money. Now, people they will tell me how is possible this. Really easy. You need to add the value to other people. When you add the value to other people, you becoming somebody generate wealth. Now, how you becoming add the value to other people in real estate? For example, I am an investor, and every time I find opportunity in the commercial space, means 5 unit plus, or in other business, real estate like single family, whatever is the case, to have cash flow or to flipping. And normally, if you starting. You have the possibility to find opportunity for somebody like me and split the percentage of the gain or of the cash flow with the person have the money, or if you want to do yourself your path. For example, in real estate United States, you have a hard money lender. People they lend money with high interest, where if the deal makes sense, they will lend the money, and they don't ask for your credit report or whatever, your credit score or whatever is the case. They ask only for the deal, because the deal is the most important, in particular in the commercial real estate. And my friend Rob Cliff is the most important podcast in the commercial real estate, called Life Cash Flow, where I be interviewed over there. He explained really correctly. Commercial real estate, for example, is a place where you don't need your personal credit. What you need, find opportunity, and the bank will lend the money to you for the value of the cash flow the property give to you. And this means like big opportunity, because now, from now to the next 5 years, with all the people I've been interview, these people really successful, everybody they told me will be really something important, will be something to in real estate space, and not only something unique, where people life change drastically in good and in bad. And I think so, when you prepare yourself to do good, you will achieve the good.
Definitely. What you talked about in there that stuck out was adding as much value as you possibly can to people, because it's going to come back to you monetarily. Like having a good heart and really wanting to be of service, that's where it's at. I mean, because having this altruistic mindset of like abundance and all that, I mean, I find that so key because, like when you help people, it's kind of like not only does it come back to you, but it kind of leads to this rich life, like beyond wealth and all that. Just having this rich spirit and wanting to help people, man, that's so important.
I'm agree 100%. And the way how you possible help people, remember, sometimes is small action, a small word during your day. And if you believe in something bigger, when you do something good, too, if at that moment you feel you have some kind of problem, life will bring you opportunity during your path, the journey. Remember, the journey for us is not only, and this is so sad because I see a lot of people, they don't dream anymore, they don't have energy, they satisfied, they put their life in the place where they navigate without energy. And I think so life will be have make sense to live only if during your journey you will have every time the same emotion from when you are baby, you know. And I see this now with my nephew. When I see him with his energy, he's his beauty, I understand how it's important to be on our child and remember how we are when we are super young, to have like this energy in our body, in our mind, to moving forward in what we want.
Yeah, bring the energy to the situation because our energy can be contagious in a sense. Like if you I'm kind of go back to the personal
Yeah.
development thing. It's like fear is contagious, but so is courage. Just kind of like uplifting people around you. And when you see people around you and they see you doing what you're doing, and you're becoming a model and a light for others, like you talked about earlier, it kind of gives them permission to do it as well. Because like, hey, like this thing, not only is it possible, but this person I see in my life, they're doing it. So maybe I can as well.
Yeah, and in reality, you know, if you think about with the clarity, if you see everything around us, you will realize everything around our person is created for somebody. This somebody, if he's create something, why you don't have the possibility to create something equal or more? Because it's similar to you. Don't be a different. The only difference will be the capacity to be resilient and to have to believe in what you wanna do.
Yeah. Lastly, you talk about relationships. Now, I feel like relationships are kind of like the glue that holds our life together in a sense. Like your community, people that you're around, is so important. Do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, like, you know, I think so community on people around you, and you know, this is, I don't need to share, I don't need to explain because it's everywhere. The five people around you, they will modulate you and your life. Now, I receive a lot of questions from young people or from other people. They starting to their you know, their own path in business or in life, and they ask me some kind of question. How I create around me if I coming from different situation where I don't have the possibility to find people that achieve bigger result in their life or whatever is the case. First of all, now we are in the most powerful moment of our life where we have YouTube University. Over there, you possible learn whatever you want, choose the correct mentor, and listening these people and realize what they tell you. And second of all, you know, if you want to connect physically with somebody to bring you, you know, energy, to bring you knowledge, to bring you everything, you have the possibility to go to show fair, connect with these people, ask them, you know, if they have the possibility to be interviewed, ask them question, and the majority I want to share with you of this kind of people, they are love to share knowledge. Now, how in the poor, like in the rich, like in the people with good art, you will have in the poor or in the people that have success, you know, good and bad. Now, when somebody respond, hurt you or give you, no, I don't want, or they are, you know, no polite, is because they are frustrated them. But you know, the majority of people that obtain success in life, in business, like in life, they are open to share, and this is what I learned. You know.
Absolutely. I find that as well. Like people who actually done it and are fulfilled through life, they just want to share it and, expand upon that. Because when you share it, now it expands and other people are able to do it as well. And that's where growth takes place. It's so important. And I feel like we attract who we are in a sense. Like if you want to attract a high quality community, you actually have to, up level your character because success is something that you attract by the person that you become. And all these routines and habits that you talk about, that's how you do it in a sense. Like changing your beliefs, your values, all that. I know it's a lot there, but how do we kind of start to grow our character so we can attract the high quality people that we desire?
Yeah, I think so. Like first of all, if you are in a place where you have everything not clear around you, everything is dark color, and is no growing around you, means you are in no correct place. Remember, if you are not in the correct place, you possible push to wherever you want. But if you have the wind in the opposite direction to where you wanna go, will be really difficult. What this means, first of all, understand where are you located, understand which people around you have, and if you have the bad one, try to be create the distance. Do if they are family, means not necessarily you don't need to speak with your mother, your father, your brother, whatever is the case, but limited the time, limited the connection, because one word of them possible trigger you and create problem in your life. And how find the correct one? For example, if you wanna becoming a better you wanna becoming a business person, a business, you need to go in the place where business people they go. And in majority you have event where business people they go, you have a place where these people they go, you have restaurant where the people they go. Normally is good and is bad. In some place where people really rich they go, you need to have a certain amount of capital to invest in yourself. But this is the only process. And if you wanna find free mentorship, you do something like how a lot of YouTuber they do, and I see the every time the guy in Instagram he interview billionaire and multimillionaire, is young guy. He go in the in rich area and interview these people, because these people, you see how they look, how they which car they drive and everything, and ask question. Now to be more creative, you need to create something to add the value to them. And when you think about okay, I want to meet this person, you have two options: find the location where he is the majority of the time, go over there and add the value to them. You starting to build this relationship, because without connect with people, everything remaining in your mind. But when you started to speak, when you started to respect them and add the value to them with no reference, like you don't be you have the same value, you becoming valuable for them too.
100%. Something I want to talk about within that is kind of celebrate the thing that you want, right? Like, 'cause a lot of people, we want these amazing things in our lives, and we see people that have it, and we just kind of get frustrated, you know? But if you actually start to develop the character to celebrate that, it actually brings it to you a lot faster, you know? Like, having the character traits of the altruistic mindset, right? And understanding that you cannot get to a place that you want to from degrading it, right? You actually have to celebrate it, and that's how you take the actions to get there. It's so important.
Yes, celebration is another part really important, and celebration means for everybody something different. For example, when for me, I have a ritual every year to bring my family in one place where we disconnect to the other part of the world, because bring me energy, bring me happiness, celebrate the success, celebrate the moment, celebrate the possibility to do something, and this bring me energy. Now for other people it's possible be with a friend, take the time, or with the wife, or whatever is the case, but celebrate is another really important part of the success, because without celebration everything becoming flat, and flat lives don't bring so much energy.
100%. To cap it off, like, because we talk about uh, different areas of our lives, and of course, having it all, which is 100%. This is a both and world, right? It's not either or. So how do we start to balance these things? Does it happen all at once? Is it a journey? Is it a process? Like, how do we? If someone is just kind of like getting into this, how do we start?
First of all, I think so. You need to have, how I share with you. First of all, you need to have a good routine. After the good routine, you need to start it to connect with the people you want, and start it to clarity to connect with your people you want, but with clarity in the intent, in the intention you want. First of all, you need to planify everything your relationship, your family, how treat your family, how speak with people, everything. Because without clarification, don't create nothing. And after moving forward, when you started to connect with people, add the value to them. I share with you something small. For example, from now, I think so 5 years, when I connect with somebody, I share with them some good thought during the week. Something small, something where I meditate, I have intention, and I share with them. And you possible understand a lot of the time people they told me, hey, I read only after 2 weeks this message and I understand this point, thank you to share with me. This is what it means really create really deeply connection, because people they wanna feel you think about them and add the value to them. And this is the process how you build successful life, successful family, successful love. Means put intention and attention to the people around you and to the people you want to build something, but starting from clarification of your goal in the 12 aspect of your life, clarify, and do have a good routine, and third one, add the value during your week or your day to the people around you.
Definitely. I mean, how you do anything is how you do everything, really. It's like really, because we all live our lives, but how we do it with intention is key. Like, there's a saying, it's like uh, that you practice one thing, you may practice a sport, but how about you practice your life and actually get better every single day, like up level every single day and enjoy the process. It's always a journey, like you're talking about. And the reality is, all you have is right now. I mean, the past, it doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. And will it? And when it does happen, it happens right now. So we have to own this moment and just enjoy our lives and get better every single day.
And the reality when we feel the different emotion I call means like the emotion don't bring you energy at that moment, you need to realize you need to take time to go back to the source of your energy and understand the moment, understand the situation, feel this pain emotion, but moving forward, understanding that all the emotion they are momentarily, don't be forever. Only people they stop their dream, they will realize only after that they will stop their life, because pain is momentary. Finish the dream is forever. If you don't continue to do whatever you want to do, will becoming something where you never possible go back in your life. For this reason, I believe in try every time you whatever you want and create this process step by step to have the possibility to bring this dream in your life.
100%, man. This has been awesome. We talked about your amazing story. I think people are going to get a lot of value out of that. How to get a rich life starting from within, like building our character and expanding outward, because you are the foundation of your life and everything grows from there. Talked about health and the importance of that, the wealth and relationships. Like, ultimately, if we neglect anything in our lives, it's going to interact and affect everything else. So if we kind of build everything up, that's how a rich life starts. And I applaud you so much for doing that, man, because not a lot of people understand that. Like you've done that to the highest degree, and man, I admire that, and it's inspiring. So I feel like if we can just start the process in our own lives, that's where it begins. And living a life of fulfillment is in our hands for the taking.
Anthony, thank you. I really appreciate your word.
Absolutely. So if people want to get connected with you and the work that you do, where can they go?
First of all, I need ask to you and to your audience to buy the book. And now, why? The book is not only something, first of all, the money I receive from this book, I donate with one association called Hermano de la Calle in Miami, where I already help them I give them some my property with less price of the rent, because they help people to have another time dignity. They help homeless to have another time dignity. And the book, I believe 100% is really important, because it's not only about one piece of our life. It's not about, first of all, how you possible be zen human being. Is create to build something inside and achieve the external part. And plus Plus, because I am sensible, pragmatic investor, when I wrote this book and I create this routine in my life many years ago, I asked to myself, but let me understand if it's correct, this emotion I feel, they are related to this practice. And I go to study and I find this information through university, and inside the book you will find why meditation important, why pray is important, why do this kind of exercise is important. And two, in the real estate part, I explain step by step what I do every day, how I achieve my possibility to enjoy life, and I believe in this message. They possible find the book in Amazon and through my website healthyrichandhappy.com, and I am sure 100% this book is possible have really impact in life, you know.
Yeah, I read the book and I highly recommend it. Like you said, it's really about understanding the why, because it gives us the legs behind it so we can actually implement it in our own lives. So, Jacopo, it's been amazing, and I appreciate you so much for coming on and sharing all the insights with us.
Thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and thank you to your audience.
Thank you.